Print email Facebook Twitter More Victorian man jailed for attempting to smuggle Iraqi family to Australia by boat. A Victorian man has been sentenced to 6 years jail for attempting to smuggle an Iraqi family to Australia by boat as part of a syndicate that told asylum seekers Australians will be waiting for you in the middle of the sea. Iraqi-born Abbas Alami, 40, was ordered to spend at least 3 years and 3 months in jail after being found guilty by a jury of aggravated people smuggling over the failed attempt to help the Al-Sharida family enter Australia illegally in 2013. In sentencing, County Court Judge Jeanette Morris said Alami was not at the head of the syndicate, but was in direct communication with the asylum seekers and responsible for making arrangements for their travel from their accommodation in Indonesia to a boat for their journey to Australia. Your role was limited yet it was important, she said. The court heard the Iraqi family Alami had tried to smuggle to Australia had struck a deal with a syndicate of people smugglers to travel to Australia. The Al-Sharida family initially traveled by bus to Turkey before traveling to Malaysia, where they agreed to pay $15,000 for flights to Indonesia with official visas before traveling on to Australia by boat. During Alami's trial, Khadhim Al-Sharida testified that they had been told they would be traveling on a cruise ship equipped with a GPS. He said his family was told the Australians will be waiting for you in the middle of the sea and they would pick the asylum seekers up before providing them with passports and permanent residency. Mr. Al-Sharida said he had met Alami 4 times while they were in Indonesia. On the last occasion, Alami had organised buses to pick up the Al-Sharida family and a number of others from a villa to take them to a boat. Asylum seekers arrested after bus got bogged. Court told the court heard Mr. Al-Sharida had seen Alami talking to a man in a military uniform beside 2 military trucks outside the accommodation. He testified that after the trucks left, Alami told him those organising the trucks were too greedy and that is why they left. Later that night, some buses arrived to transport the families but one of the vehicles became bogged and police arrested the asylum seekers before taking them to immigration detention. The court heard they were released from custody after bribing the police and never saw Alami again. The Al-Sharida family eventually arrived in Australia by boat after paying other people smugglers. Mr. Al-Sharida later identified Alami as one of the people smugglers and he was arrested by police in his hometown of Mildura, in the state's northwest, in October 2014. Alami uncovered after phone calls tracked. Alami maintains his innocence and argued at trial it was a case of mistaken identity. But he was brought undone by a series of phone conversations intercepted by police, in which he referred to the people smuggling syndicate and his role in it. Judge Morris said she was satisfied beyond reasonable doubt that his role in the syndicate had been motivated by financial reasons. She said his time in jail would be made more onerous due to ongoing and serious mental health issues. The court heard Alami's family had fled Iraq when he was a child and he had limited English and was educated to about Year 4 level. Alami was sentenced under Commonwealth laws which dictate a mandatory minimum jail term of 5 years with a non-parole period of 3 years for the offence of aggravated people smuggling. Print email Facebook Twitter